What's up, all you rockin' dudes and dudettes? Toy Shiz here, and what a week returns. What a week we've been having. A lot of new toy finds, a lot of stuff for you to go out this weekend and grab, hopefully. A lot of things revealed here and there. It's been a fun week, and I'm so happy to talk about it. So I'm going to be doing this. Yeah, this seems to be catching on. This seems to be a good thing. So I'm going to be doing this more. Fridays we'll do for the weekend. Mondays we'll do for the weekend. But yeah, always a video. That way, when you're not busy, maybe you have some time to get away from the old family and screaming kids or whatever, and you want to go down to Walmart or Target. Well, this is all the stuff that you can now presently find. So just want to say thank you to everyone who always writes in. This is going to be fun. Let's get into it. This is my brand new What a Week for the week of September 16th, 2019. So diving right into it, we got, and shout out to the real Kenny _Cashman .856. A lot of these Instagram names, so just bear with me on this. But they were nice enough. They sent over. So this started off the week. This is the Walmart exclusive. They've been doing these for a little bit. You get a little mini 3-inch figure with the DVD releases. So first of all, we had the Venom figure when that movie came out. We got a little 3-inch Venom, and that was pretty cool. Then they did one for the Into the Spider-Verse. We got Miles Morales. And now they're doing a Night Monkey for Spider-Man Far From Home. And while I did not care for that movie, as of right now, it seems to be the only way to get this is through, the actual DVD combo. Usually they do like a 500 limited release single card that comes with a digital version of the movie. So those have not been found yet, but I'm assuming that based on the other ones, they'll probably end up doing it again. But we shall see. This movie comes out at the beginning of October, so you have plenty of time. But I gotta credit, I don't particularly, Walmart is Walmart, but I like the little ad they did. They got, looks like a suitcase and everything. So I appreciate when they do some thoughtful kind of advertising when it comes to collectibles and movies and pop culture and things like that. So coming out soon. If you want it, little 3-inch figure comes with the Blu-ray set. I think it's only going to be the Blu-ray set, but look for it very soon, beginning of October. And then let's see what else. So I went over to Target, and Target's been throwing up their Halloween decorations crazily, And they have a brand new Darth Vader skull mug, which is pretty cool. It's in the Halloween section, and I've also seen it in like the regular mugs section. So just keep an eye out if you want them. It's a big mug. It's cool. I did not get it. I had every intention of getting it, and then once I got it, I previously, like a week or two ago, I got a Ghostbusters mug, so that's going to be like my fall coffee drinking device. So if you want it, though, yeah, it's actually pretty cool. And what I think it is just a repainted Vader that they've done before. They put a skull. So nice repurposing. But yeah, like I said, if you want it, Target has them. Then, of course, shout out to the Black Crusader 89 on Instagram. So they went on eBay. These have not officially hit. Everyone who kind of has these, they either came from an overseas seller, third-party seller. They have not hit stores yet. So don't freak out. Don't start thinking, oh, I'm going to find them, yada, yada. So they came across, if you got them off eBay, which nothing wrong with that. You get a good price. Hey, yeah, heck yeah. So they were nice enough. They sent over some photos of the Thor Build-A-Figure. I've been calling him Thor Bowski. I think that's the name I like for it anyways. And a lot of people say Bro Thor or something like that. Whatever you want to call him. It's Thor. You know what I mean? Well, a lot of people weren't too happy about the look of Thor, but I thought it was pretty funny. He'll get back to normal come the Asgardians of the Galaxy, whatever maybe the third one's going to be called. But yeah, sent over some photos. I think they all look okay. Photos never really do a figure justice. Real quick kind of thing. You kind of have to pose them, look at them in hand. So I think for what I see, they look great, but just remains to be seen if everyone feels the same way. And kind of based off the comments, it's kind of going 50-50 split on that one. Walgreens this week has been a giant pain in the you-know-what. So they keep putting up their exclusives, and we'll get to it in just a second, but then they threw up Mystique, and thank you to everyone who kept writing in and saying, she's up. Just make sure to check, and that's something I've gotten in the habit of doing whenever someone sends me a link, especially for Walgreens now, that you check the link to actually even make sure it goes to cart. You can add it to your checkout cart, because that's what's been happening with the Mystique and a lot of the other Walgreens figures. They put them up and you can't even do anything, and then they go up and they're up for like a split second. So whatever Walgreens is doing, usually you guys are pretty good. Maybe you just got in a little bit of a funk. Maybe it's not supposed to go up. Maybe they realized they put them up a little bit too early. But Mystique, at one point during this week, was up. So everyone who got their orders in, I hope that you do receive them. And we'll talk about Walgreens again in just a moment. Shout out to Kotobukiya official. They sent over some high-res images. Let me know in the comments below. Do you guys own any Kotobukiya stuff? I don't think I do. No, I don't. I really don't. But they do make great stuff. I just don't collect a lot of statues, really, at all. But they do make really rad stuff, so they sent over these photos, and this is their upcoming $140 March 2020 release of a Batman Who Laughs artifact statue. Quickly, I know who the Batman Who Laughs is. I watch a lot of recap videos on YouTube now for a lot of my comic book information, but did you know there's a female Ghost Rider? I just found that out. I had actually no idea. It's in the Maximum Carnage or Ultimate Carnage, whatever they're doing with that. That actually looks like a cool book. I want to definitely read that. But back to the Batman Who Laughs. So this, it's an interesting character, and I'm really hoping that when McFarlane takes over the license for the new DC figures, whatever they're doing, this would be an amazing figure to start off with, because he's so used to doing the gothic and scary and horror-based figures that would be slam dunk home run, I would think. Maybe do it as a Comic-Con exclusive for next year, something like that, but high hopes. McFarlane tackles it. But in the meantime, if you want one early and you want like a cool statue, then by all means, Kotobukiya definitely has it. 140 March 2020 of next year. And shout out to Collect Jurassic, and then, you know, all the other Jurassic pages. They were, you know, throwing these images around. Thank you for sending them over to me. These are the new Jurassic World lineup figures for next year, like the 2020 year. A lot of great figures. Now, this is what I like to see. I'm not gonna go into the whole, like, are these dinosaurs real at one point? Yeah, if they are, very cool. If not, I really don't care. They're just cool looking monster animals at this point, and you know, whatever their names may be, they're rocking it. I love the weird looking ones that they do. Those are like my favorite dinosaurs to collect from the line. I don't get them all, I pick and choose, but the alligator looking one and the Turbosaurus or whatever, like, it's just, they're having a lot of fun with these. The one thing I will say, Mattel, Jurassic, I love you guys. I want to see more humans. I want humans from the movie, and you know what? Just make up humans. Go to the comic books. I don't care. The old comic books from Topps. Just, you got to have some humans for these to eat, because for me and my shop, like, the whole point of Jurassic Park is humans versus dinosaurs. So if it's just a bunch of dinosaurs, you know, it gets... you want the dinosaurs to be able to eat something. They can only eat Ian, Malcolm, and Grant so many times. Like, we need more dinosaurs. So that's my one complaint, but other than that, dang, they killed it. I love the colors. I love everything that's going on with these things. Fantastic. So look for these coming next year. This was like my favorite thing. I went to a thrift store. When I head out, sometimes I'll stop at this little store. And my God, have they been putting out the Halloween merchandise. And this was one of those instances where I love going through the Halloween stuff, because I love looking for little things that, you know, may be good for action figure displays. There's stuff that I can incorporate when I do October type videos, something like that. You know what I mean? It's fun. And lo and behold, I'm walking through the aisle. I went over to like the little toy section. I was digging through, and I was leaving. I'm like, okay, this is it. And I'm leaving, and there was some little like Halloween stuff kind of smashed into this big bin. There's these big bins at this place, and I was walking by. And I saw this now it's the Luke Skywalker Ben Cooper 1977 costume, but at the time it was all wadded up, and what I saw was kind of like the image of Luke Skywalker. Now, at first I thought it was like He-Man, because he kind of has like that look at first. I was like, oh, that looks like a He-Man kind of thing. And when I opened it up, I was like, oh my God, it's Star Wars. And it's in perfect condition. It's my favorite thing right now. I'm so happy to like add this to my Star Wars collection, you know, just to have something. The fact that it's traveled all these years and whatever's happened to it, it's all wadded up in a bin, and I happen to find it, and I love stories like that. That's like my favorite things to find and come across. So I hope you guys enjoy just looking at it. It's fantastic. It like fits like a little baby 3-year-old, you know what I mean? Something like that. But it's It's so awesome, and that's what costumes used to be back in the day in 1977. I did not find the Luke Skywalker mask that comes with it, unfortunately, but yeah, you get like a little mask that looks like Luke Skywalker, and then of course Luke Skywalker's costume is himself holding a lightsaber with Star Wars in the background with "May the Force be with you." Also, check out his like stomach, chest, abs area. What is happening it's a little bit confusing in the art around there, but definitely one of my fave finds of a thrift store lately. The other thing is that this week I was testing out something new, and I've been going on Twitter, so I'll put the links in my Twitter if you want to follow me on Twitter. I'm actually liking Twitter a lot more lately, or it's just kind of like a fun, different avenue for me. But I took a look at the Ultimate Baryonyx Breakout. Because of all the Jurassic Park toys that were released, I've had this thing sitting in my archives to do a review on and everything. So I did a little bit different this time around. I've had a WordPress website for a while, and I did a written review. And you can check it out. I'll put the link in the description below. But I took a lot of photos and tried something new, something different, other than having a video review. And I wanted to see, I love writing, and I do that a lot for a living with the job and everything else like that. But I wanted to try something new instead of doing a video. So I had fun writing it. I hope you enjoy reading it. But let me know what you think. If you would like to see more written reviews, I know my plan is to have written and also videos, because I know I'm a very visual learner when I see things. I of course read a lot, but I prefer the more video aspect when it comes to reviews and toys and everything else. So I'm definitely right there with you guys. Okay, so this pops up, and this is of course the first, I guess I would say the first. There's been so much like weird advertisement and marketing so far for this movie, like, oh, there's a little tidbit or a little tease, or here's part of a trailer, but it's not really, and then she was with the Pennywise trailer. Regardless, so this is the poster for the brand new upcoming Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn. That's the full title of the movie, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind the title of the movie, but the one thing, and we're gonna get into this, so if you want to have a conversation about it, I'm totally down. I'm not one to knock movies. Until I see it, I can kind of tell based on what I hear, based on press, behind the scenes, whatever. You can usually tell from a movie if it's going to be good. When a movie actively has so much bad publicity behind it, regardless if it turns out to be a good movie, it's the collectiveness of everyone talking about it, being like, I hate it. Some people just, they get into the whole like, oh, he said it, so I'm going to say it. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So I try not to do that with movies. However, what I'm seeing, if I were to take away, first of all, the Birds of Prey title and showed you this, most people would be like, okay, I think that's Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. As a fan of DC Comics, as someone who knows the characters, I actually had to look up who these characters were, because as I joked around, I said, now there will eventually be DC Comics characters in your movie. There's nothing to tell you who these characters are. Harley Quinn is like the most comic book character-ish that I can see. You have Ewan McGregor as Black Mask. He's got a white suit on, but if you don't know that, right? If you had a guy in a black mask, skeleton face, or whatever you want to say, then that's a little bit more telling to someone be like, oh, what is that? Like, this actually looks to me like the old Romeo and like Baz Luhrmann kind of stuff, like Romeo and Juliet, or those old posters that they used to do for those types of movies, and I love those movies, but this one seems it's there's not enough context for, I think, the normal person to be like, okay, what is this? And I'm not getting into whatever they're trying to put into this and say, oh, we're trying to be crusading warrior. We're not getting into that, because it's just ridiculous. But as a movie, and that's purely how I look at it, is that there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. This is not a great poster to show off for a movie that has so much bad buzz behind it. And yes, it does have bad buzz because fans are not liking what they're seeing. If you're liking what you're seeing, then that's fantastic, but it dwarfs you by the amount of people that don't like what they're seeing. And I hope that makes a lot of sense. I enjoy the title. I think the title is great. I like the little hidden imagery in the actual title, the Birds of Prey. That's really cool. But to tell me that that's Black Mask, Victor Zsasz, Black Canary, Cassandra Cain, and then also the Huntress with Renee Montoya wrapped around the side, I had no idea what was happening. And I'll be honest with you, that doesn't bode well. So they got to ramp it up. They got to start showing you something. And with a February 7th release, and here, what is it? It's almost October. You need to start showing us something. Something's gotta start happening here because it's just not there. So that's my 2 cents on that movie. I hope that I would love to talk more about this. It's a very fascinating. Now, if you took away that it's Batman characters and all that stuff, Birds of Prey, it has nothing to do with Harley Quinn usually, unless they've changed something in the comics. But see, that's I think what the main problem is with everybody. Birds of Prey applies to like Huntress and Batgirl and Cassandra Cain and Catwoman and like all those kind of people. That's why it's weird. It's a weird thing to call Birds of Prey, and it seems like DC. It makes it look like Warner Brothers DC doesn't know what they're doing, yada yada. So fingers crossed the movie's good. Just let the movie be good. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to see. It's just a good movie. And if you make it good, that's fantastic. But as it looks and appears now, I'm going in there, just blank face, man. I expect something, but I don't know what. So that's my 2 cents. If you want to talk about it, how long were we talking about that? My God. Then also, shout out to, let's get back into toys. Johnny_number_Cinco. Thank you for the heads up. The Power Rangers Lightning Collection Psycho Space Blue Ranger, which looks awesome. I won't be picking it up myself. I go more for the Mighty Morphin. But they are starting to hit GameStop. And then as of yesterday and like as the week kind of went through, they did become more available in the actual stores. This, I wish, I'm very excited about these, but I really wish that I like buying toys in the store, and I have, a thing with that. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just yet. But yeah, this is the Super 7, the Playmates retro style turtles that they're doing. They announced the pre-orders will start for them on October 1st. And usually how it goes is that Super 7 does like a good month and a half, something like that. Give you plenty of time to pre-order, and then you're guaranteed to get them. It's a non-refundable, and I believe they're going to be $42 a piece, and there are 4. You got Raphael, Baxter Stockman, a Foot Soldier, and then also one other one. So if you do want them starting October 1st, you're going to head over to the Super 7 site, and then, you'll be able to pre-order them. But comment below. Let me know what you guys think about these turtles. I know a lot of people are kind of back and forth. I love the old Playmates. I would love to see them tackle, like, Wingnut and Screw Loose, and just, it's nice to see, like, Super 7 has the old Playmates. They're making Playmates turtles, and Playmates isn't even making Playmates turtles. They got the Rise of the Turtles, and that's been a weird thing as well. Like, why aren't there more Ninja Turtles? There's not even any really characters. They just keep putting out Ninja Turtles, like different variances and stuff like that. Like, I need to see some villains or something like that going on. It's a weird wonky turtle line that they're doing. But then you have NECA doing their turtles, and then you got it's Turtle Palooza. And I think that's a lot of fun. I'm glad. It's nice to see a lot of different companies tackling these. Shout out to Chris_Flynn92. They gave me the heads up that the DC Multiverse Black Manta from the Aquaman movie was on Walmart for $6. This was a couple days ago. I don't think he's still available, but if you want to check, that's a great price, and it's a great figure. I know a lot of people are sending me customs. They all look amazing, by the way, of things that they have turned their figures into. One guy sent me over, he made the Silvermane from Marvel Legends, or just Marvel, and it looks really, really awesome. Now, this is great. Shout out to Camp_Crystal_Lake_Counselor. What is with all the underscores in your people's names? Anyways, Camp Crystal Lake Counselor. This guy is my personal wardrobe stylist at this point. No joke. He always finds the t-shirts. This guy is He's made of t-shirts. He's the t-shirt man at this point. Like, every time he messages me, I'm like, what kind of t-shirts you got for me? But he came across this awesome Disney store, and that's what makes me go like, oh, that's going to be expensive after seeing that 90s Spider-Man t-shirt. But They have a old school Toy Biz Marvel superheroes, and it's all little action figures. You got Spidey and Cap and Thor and Hulk. I like how they kind of worked with Hulk because his arms are off to the side a little bit. You got Iron Man. So $25, Disney Store if you want one, and that's really great. A lot of times I got the Spider-Man 90s one, but a lot of times I don't buy these shirts because once I find them in store and I feel that material, unless it's like a screen printed shirt, I'm very particular about my t-shirts, and I don't like a big heavy decal on my chest. You know, it's weird. I don't like it. It feels like I don't know. Anyways, I just don't prefer it. I like a smooth screen printed t-shirt. But yeah, if you want one, Disney Store away. And then, of course, we have the WWE Retro Fest, the Mr. Perfect, and, of course, the Iron Sheik. They went off on Target.com, so you could order those. And those are by Mattel. They do amazing figures that they do. I don't collect them, but I know them, and they have thousands of these things. They're amazing. They do a great job, and they just keep getting better and better. So this is the Elite Series, the Retro Fest. And, yeah, I want to say they're still available. You can check. But like as I said, this is all recapping, so if you want them, definitely go and try and grab them. Now, this was hilarious, and shout out to Toy.Pocket for sending this over. So I went to Walgreens, and they were looking at, it's kind of like these like Army Men style Avengers figures, and this is for Endgame. And on the side of the thing, it says includes Captain America, Iron Man, and then Thanos. And what's really funny to me is that everyone makes mistakes, right? But every once in a while, you don't see like these really like funny, kind of almost critical kind of mistakes. So when this happens, and I had made a joke that Mattel, and this is all in fun, stuff like this happens. It's not a big deal. You can roll your eyes and have a laugh or two because this is rare. It's fun when it happens because you're just like, how did you miss that? But you got old Thanos, you know what I mean? The Mad God Titan Thanos. But yeah, Mattel did Billy Baston. That was, I think, my last favorite one. So instead of Billy Batson, they had Billy Baston. So what are you people thinking over there? God, get some proofreaders going. No, I'm just kidding. It is what it is. But like I said, you get to post stuff like this, and a lot of everybody has a good laugh, and some good memes and other jokes are born from it. Shout out to PlasticIdols.327 on Instagram. This is the Garden State Plaza Mall in northern New Jersey. That old rascal Jeffrey Giraffe, or someone wearing his skin at this point, is back. The pop-up shops. They're also partnering with a candy company. With what happened with Toys R Us and everything else like that, it is what it is. So yeah, opening holiday 2019. Whatever. Something that I've been working on. I got this at a thrift store the other day for a couple bucks. It is it's an old Disney. I guess it's the Lion Guard, which is like a sequel to the Lion King. Because I was like, this has got Lion King stuff all over it. But something, when I instantly saw it, I was like, that could be a Mario level with the right amount of elbow grease and tenacity and everything else like that. So thank you guys for all the comments. This was a very it's like a rough cut kind of thing, and just putting the little Jakks Pacific figures onto the levels, and then seeing if things can be done with this. But I'm very happy with how it looks. I'm stoked to see what I've already, made little notes and start working on some of the stuff I'm going to replace. So it's really cool. I'll have an update for that later, but definitely check out Jakks Pacific's 2.5-inch levels and everything else. But this one is all mine. But Jakks, if you want to start stacking levels, I would not be opposed to that idea, that's for sure. And shout out to Garrigo_Meza for the heads up on Amazon over this week. They had the Marvel Legends, the Iron Man 80th for $15. A lot of you grabbed that, so that's good. The previous they had Thor. So these are kind of hitting a lot of clearance, especially at Walmart and things like that. So if you want them, just wait. Just wait a little bit. Maybe you get them at a lesser price. We shall see. This, and a lot of you just couldn't just relax with this one, but it's all a joke. But shout out to Marvel Kick 77. They sent this over. GameStop, and I'm very well aware. Thank you so much for your concern and your news. I appreciate it very much. But they are basically zeroing out, and this showed up, and I just thought it was funny because they had Marvel Legends, the Marvel Knights figures for $1 a piece. Yes, when they do things like this, it means that they're no longer available. yada yada, but it was just meant to be a funny thing. That's all. Because when have you ever seen 1 cent Marvel Legends? Come on. Maybe when Walmart screws up. Yeah. Shout out to Davey Diecast. Walmart.com also had... This is another thing with Walmart. If Walmart can just keep doing this and having this stuff online so I don't have to go in, that would be amazing. I don't want to go in Walmart anymore. I'm sorry, but it's scary. Walmart is scary. We'll talk about more of that in just a second. And it's every Walmart, by the way. But they had the Hasbro Transformers G1 re-releases up, and they specifically only had the Ravage and the Rumble. I hope everyone grabbed it if you wanted it. But I actually did a review on them. I'll link that as well. It's a nice blast from the past. Really, really cool. And then on top of that, I got Emperor Palpatine from Amazon last week, and I have been having an absolute blast with this figure because I haven't had fun with Star Wars in a good couple months, and having this and having him sit in a chair and he's on my desk and, when I'm at work and doing stuff, it's so much fun, and you could pose him with a lot of things. You could swap the head. I mean, right now I think I got Luke's head on him and stuff, so I'll have the review out, but get this figure if you can, especially if you maybe have had Star Wars fatigue like I have, because it's Star Wars and it's what you want to see from Star Wars. So it kind of reinvigorated me for seeing the rise of Skywalker. Like, I'm excited for that movie. I'm going in much like Birds of Prey, not expecting much, but Star Wars is fun, and it just brought that back for me, and it was a lot of fun playing with this figure and posing him and doing all that kind of stuff. So definitely get him if you can get him. I definitely recommend it. Moving on. So DesignerCon is coming up in November 22nd through the 24th to be exact. And they're going to be having an official _pics. You can check them out on Instagram. A Funko Pop exclusive. It's Mark Hamill dressed as the Joker, which is actually pretty cool. Very ironic and meta. But you can get one if you want it. It will only be at DesignerCon, only at the official Pix booth. So definitely, if you're going to DesignerCon, yeah, I would definitely try and grab one. If you're a big Pop fan, Funko fan. Personally, not my thing, but I can appreciate that looks pretty cool. Moving on, so this is actually pretty cool news, and I'm glad that a lot of people felt the same way. I like this show. I used to watch it on Adult Swim when it was on. The Hollywood Reporter had an article saying that the Aaron McGruder comic strip will be coming back, but this time it's going to be going to the new HBO Max, which is, I believe it's an app, and they're kind of like streaming service. So unfortunately, if you're expecting like Adult Swim, but all the Adult Swim episodes will be going to the new HBO Max as well, but they're going to be doing 2 new reimagined series and a special for the Boondocks. So very, very cool. In talking about it, that Uncle Ruckus character, my God, is that funny? It's a good show. It's a well-meaning show, and I appreciate that. I liked watching it, and it was always pretty funny what it wanted to be. So definitely go and check out the older episodes if you can. And good to see Aaron McGruder as the showrunner. I think I always like when the original creators are back to make more, much like Jonah Vasquez did with the Invader Zim Enter the Florpus, which was amazing. Definitely check that out on Netflix. And now shout out to here we go with the underscores again, new _era _toys for the photos. They sent over, this is the Gamerverse, GameStop fan channel kind of exclusive. This is the Iron Man repainted War Machine or War Punisher or whatever that you want to call it, but it looks okay. A lot of people were saying that it doesn't look exactly like the box. I think the box, I can see what people are talking about. I think it's just a case of the box's artwork kind of being ramped up a little bit just to show more detail. The detail is there, the little disheveledness and the brown and everything. It's there, but it's very subtle, so I can understand. But I know a lot of you have actually gotten the helmet and kind of spruced it up yourself. Not that you have to do that. Not that you want to do that. I'm just saying you might, maybe, want to wait for clearance on this one, because I don't know how well it's going to go over, being that a lot of people seem to be kind of like more on the outskirts than being all about it. But it just reminded me when I was posting about this that when Thomas Jane was the Punisher, Thomas Jane is still my favorite Punisher. I really like that movie. I remember going to see that movie. But Barenthal is great, too, as a Punisher. But Thomas Jane's Punisher was more Punisher. You know what I mean? Like, it was good. And I really like the Russian scene when he's just getting his, like, just thrown around his apartment, and then it's just like a hardcore battle, and then he just drops after he ends up killing the guy. That's a great movie. God, I love that movie. Anyways, so shout out to Collect Jurassic. They were at Walmart, and I had reported on these last week. These are starting to show up at Walmarts. They are lanyard toys, Walmart exclusive. They always do Walmart exclusive stuff, especially for movie tie-ins like Rampage or Kong Skull Island, which are great toys. And they make really great toys, I have to say. A lot of people would prefer a little bit more articulation, but if you're looking for, I mean, all of these things, I found them in Walmart myself. Got to play with each one. Each one has a sound effect, a roar, and well articulated, and they're heavy as heck. The hippo is heavy. Like, these toys are not light in any way. You could throw these things through like a brick wall, and that thing would pop out on the other side. No joke. Definitely check them out. So you got 3 tiers of figures kind of deal. You got the single packs, which are 10. You got the figure, and then, or the animal, I should say, and then a figure in. They've reused The Rock from the Rampage movie. So you got The Rock from Jumanji, obviously. And then you got, I thought it was maybe like a bad guy or something like that from the movie, but it turns out it's just a reused lanyard previous figure. So one of those comes with that as well. So you got the single figures, you got a figure and a beast, and there's 2 of those. And then you got a third, it's a multi-pack. It's got a bunch of different animals in there. So, and that's going for 20. So 10, 15, and 20 if you want them. Walmart only Jumanji, the sequel. Actually, I guess it's the 3rd Jumanji at this point, but it's the sequel of like the rebooted kind of deal movies. And the movie actually comes out in December, and I'm excited. I like the second one, or the first, whatever it is. God, Jumanji's awesome. It was National Cheeseburger Day this past week in the United States. How about that, right? Everybody needs a good cheeseburger. I went to Five Guys, and I hadn't been there, I think, since they first opened, and it actually was a great hamburger. So I recommend them. It was actually pretty good. I also enjoy the fact that they give you like a bunch of peanuts, and you can shell them and throw them all around the ground and things like that. So that's definitely the way to get me in the door. If you want to make a mess, yada yada. But yeah, it was National Cheeseburger Day, and I threw up an image of the old Mattel Food Fighters, the Brigadier General to be exact. Those toys were always a lot of fun. So moving on to Mego. I was at Target, and I found some of the horror Mego, the newer ones. I got them like Nosferatu and Frankenstein. I'll have a picture of them in just a second. But the other day, I got an email from Bed Bath & Beyond. I don't know why I'm on Bed Bath & Beyond's email list, but they send me emails like insanely amount. So what I did was I clicked, and I was trying to do that unsubscribe thing, and lo and behold, I swear to God, like in the little sidebar, it said the Mego figures. And I was like, oh, I did not know that Bed Bath & Beyond had Mego. And when I clicked on the link and looked at all of them, actually I had to type in Mego in the search bar. That was the easier way to go because it kept taking you like an ad kind of thing. What is with the ads, Bed Bath & Beyond? Anyways, if you are looking for any of these horror figures, they have them all in stock. They're 17. Target does them at 15, so it's not really that big a price difference. Plus, with all of Bed Bath & Beyond's coupons that they bombard you with in an email, use one of them if you want. I think it's cool if you really need these things. I'm really having a blast with Mego in the sense of the horror figures. I think they're really, really awesome. But in the sense of Mego itself and how they conduct certain things and whatever else that they do, a real antiquated sense of marketing for whatever reason, and it is what it is. Hey, you know what? I would suggest talking to more sites and everything else, because I had to do some real research on these things to find out exactly how many there were, if there's other figures, yada yada. So just heads up, Mego, if you're listening. Your figures are really awesome, but I don't think enough people know about them. This was a picture. So this is from Prague, which is in the Czech Republic, and I made a little joke, shout out from the Wayne Foundation. And a lot of you had said, now listen, before we get into this, I'm not making a joke as to why this statue was erected, and I'm not going to go into why this statue was erected, but from getting a picture of this and seeing what this is, I would prefer not to ever see a statue like this if this was meant to be a memory for me. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it's kind of not tasteful in the end of it. But hey, you can make a good joke out of it, because essentially what I'm looking at is Superman flying face first into a concrete kryptonite wall, well, the floor actually, and getting smashed, right? Just, that's, I don't know. See, a lot of people were like, oh, you shouldn't joke about that kind of stuff. Well, I don't know. Would you want a statue like this erected in your honor with a giant bloody mess? Nah, I didn't think so. But anyways, the gift from the Wayne Foundation, and shout out to J. Michael Straczynski. Yeah, the writer. I saw him on Twitter. He was talking about it. I had no idea this thing even existed, but hey, it's a good laugh. We're not talking about what it's erected for. We're simply talking about in terms of Lex Luthor finally got his revenge on Superman. Shout out and a thank you to Fernie_Fern_. He always writes in. Awesome guy. Definitely go and check out. He always finds all the Marvel Legends first, by the way. Definitely. I remember when the Deadpool wave came out. He had some funny videos on that one. They was Diamond Select, and then also Mezco Toys. They're teaming up. They're going to do a previews exclusive white Magneto. You can only get them from Comic Store. It's not going to be available on the Mezco site. So if you want one, you got to go to your local comic book store or third-party toy seller, something like that, toy store. All the ones that you want to go to, the ones that you're familiar with, I'm sure. And you can order this guy, pre-order him. So he looks pretty cool. I'm not saying either way. I don't really collect Mezco figures. I have a couple of them, but I wouldn't. It's a white Magneto. I like red and purple Magneto. That's Magneto to me. Every time they try to change it, I'm like, nah, no. It's getting to be around that time. I was sitting there the other day, and I've been doing a lot of Mario stuff this week, but I was thinking, why haven't I been to McDonald's, which I never go to McDonald's? Why haven't I been to McDonald's this year to get my Super Mario toys? And so I finally looked it up, and I thought I'd missed them, because based on some articles I was reading, I was very confused. I had to actually go through the whole thing and figure it out. But Canada got them, and Singapore is just finishing their run. So Canada got a run of 10 Super Mario toys back in August, and they're awesome. I love the Happy Meal Mario toys. It's a fun thing for me to do with the whole family and stuff like that. You run in really fast. Oh, hey, which toys do you got? Oh, this one. I already got that one. You run out. So you got the 10 toys, and then Singapore only had 8, and that is kind of like a thing they do when they have overseas sort of toys, is that a lot of Mario toys from McDonald's in different areas of the world, they'll get these toys, and then the U.S. will get a handful of them, and then they'll do it again maybe the next year in the U.S., and the toys that were previously released get interspliced with these. So there's 10 of them in total, 10 brand new ones, so I'm looking forward to getting those whenever. Maybe they're going to be next year, because I think I checked, and all the announced, unless they do it for December, but it looks like it's going to be maybe next year when they do it again for McDonald's here in the U.S. Shout out to SB_Toys, Toys with a Z. They, in Canada, they had a little bit of a guffaw going on in Toys R Us, and it's always important to take advantage of these guffaws. You'll save yourself a little bit of cash here and there, but the once $60 Canadian, was it the Vintage Collection 3-pack with some of the Alien characters, they were ringing up at $18, so that's a nice savings right there. I hope a lot of you were able to take advantage of that. And again, that's at Toys R Us Canada. Again, in talking about Mego, these were the 3 figures that I came across. The Wolfman, or I should say it's the Werewolf now, I grabbed this figure because he looked awesome. He's a flocked Wolfman. He kind of looks like the He-Man kind of character, you know what I mean? That was the Boss Man. And there's hair everywhere in the box. It's really, really funny. But I grabbed him because he just looks cool looking. Then you got the looks so painful kind of Frankenstein, and then the Nosferatu, which I was looking forward to as well, and the Nosferatu glows in the dark. So I was happy I found those, and those are at Target, and those are in the entertainment section. But like I said, if you want them, you can't find them, go to Bed Bath & Beyond. Never thought I would be telling everybody on my toy site to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. But hey, you know what? Everybody's is carrying toys these days. And you know what? Bed Bath & Beyond, they got some comfortable pillows. I think that's where my pillows actually came from. Mezco then announced they are doing the Sovereign Knight Batman versus Black Mask. I'm sorry, Black Mask, because we don't say versus no more. It's a deluxe set, 1/12 collective. They are going to start doing pre-orders starting September 21st. So if you want one, it's going to be a little bit of money down. Full exact deets coming up, but expect this thing to be around the 150, 160, 170 range. A lot of weapons, a lot of heads, a lot of everything that you're used to with Mezco. So that's cool. And I can't really say just yet. That's why I always like to wait for exact confirmation. But this looks to be also a New York Comic-Con exclusive, possibly an LA Comic-Con exclusive as well. But don't quote me on that. Just strictly go off September 21st is that the pre-orders will go up on their sites. Shout out to the Near Plasma over in Texas. They came across the War Fatigues Punisher and then also the Agent Anti-Venom for the new Marvel Legends. These are the fan channel exclusives, so GameStop will have them, Entertainment Earth, Amazon has them as well. I got to see about Symbiote, the Anti-Agent Venom, but yeah, you can get these at GameStop now. They're starting to hit. Everything's starting to hit again at once, so if you want them, Big Time Spider-Man will probably be around next week. They got third-party toy shops kind of got them, so expect Big Time Spidey very, very soon as well. They both look great, Here's the thing on these. I'm going to collect them, and I'll complain and everything. Same figures we got a million times, but I still get them. But when people say, "Oh my God, did you get them? Are you going to review them real fast and stuff?" I go, "Well, I'm just going to get them kind of like later on once the initial hype dies down because I'm going to try and get them at a clearance price." I already have Agent Venom, and I already have like an old, the Hasbro War Fatigues Punisher that was like a Walmart exclusive, and they had a variant on it and things. So that's why I'm not like jumping around. That's the only thing. They look great. The figures look well made. I know that they're reuse of this and that. And to me, it doesn't matter. As long as you get a cool looking figure and it's very comic bookish, I'm all over it. But just in case anyone's running, no, I'm not actively searching for these right now. Shout out to FaceSmacker_Studios. Go FaceSmacker Studios on YouTube. He's got a great channel. We talk all the time. He's another San Diego dude. We were talking about how bad Walmarts in San Diego have become, and he kind of opened my eyes because I'm like trying to be blissfully ignorant about it. You know what I mean? Like, I just have to go in real fast, and everything will be okay, and I'll just go in real fast, and no one will try to stab me. But more and more, and it seems to be based on everyone's comments, an epidemic at Walmart. It's scary to go in a Walmart. I'm not talking about if they have the toys or not. This is not about that. It's strictly, do you even want to waste your time going into a Walmart when you can maybe just get them online? Now, I know sometimes it is easier said than done, and you got to traverse their shelves and their aisles and everything else like that, but the parking lots, the fact that you have to walk out and have your receipt scanned, there's something really like tacky gross about that, you know what I mean? And I understand why. I get it. It's totally cool, but it doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it better. So I'm curious to know what your guys' thoughts on the Walmart experience has been as of late. I'm not talking, a lot of people commented because you didn't read the old copy, but it's not based on if they have your toys or not. It's based on making it out of a Walmart, and in present day, my God, Walmart has gotten bad. So then, in talking about Walgreens and everything else, and saying, yeah, they had these exclusives up, and they kind of botched the web releases and all that kind of, they end up canceling a bunch of Emma Frost orders, and I don't know the exact haps, nor will I speculate, because a lot of people have their own theories and things like that. But if you got the email, your order is canceled. And a lot of, some people had called in and said, what's the deal? And of course they give you that typical answer like, oh, we don't know. She's canceled forever. She'll never be back again. No, it's just out of stock apparently, and they goofed on their website. So we'll just have to wait for more stock to come in. I wouldn't doubt that more will come in. Mystique came back. We'll see about Danny Moonstar. I've yet to find that figure. But yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes with these companies. So It's not a good thing, but then hopefully, fingers crossed, she will come back in stock. As of this morning, shout out to Jeremy Bernstein. A friend of his went to a charity event and found this new Luke Skywalker and bought it and bid on it, whatever they did. And yeah, they wrote in and said, hey, do you know where this comes from? And I was like, oh, I think that is the new actual figure that's going to be, I guess it's going to be a Walmart exclusive. Yak Face on online and Kylo Collector on Instagram. They had reported on this. Didn't have an image, but yeah. So this is like the first images that popped up, and basically he doesn't have a number. It looks like he's going to be exclusive, and Yak Face had said that he's going to be a Walmart, or they had the SKU and stuff like that. So you're looking at a Walmart exclusive, or you're just looking at an exclusive, but might be if Walmart has it, that might be more of a Walmart exclusive, unfortunately. And you know how this is going to go. It's Luke freaking Skywalker. Everyone wants this figure. He's got the whole Jedi ensemble going on. It looks great. For those wondering why he doesn't have the black glove, watch Return of the Jedi. A lot of people, when people ask this in the comments, a lot of people, you don't have to attack everybody in the comments. It's okay for people not to know, all right? It's just how it is. Just be like, hey, you know what? This is the haps. This is before he puts on the black glove. That's just basically the answer. So that's all you got to worry about. It's before. You can use probably another figure, get a black glove, something like that. But the figure looks awesome. No word on release date. Probably after Triple Force Friday. Probably towards the end of the year, something like that. Unless, lo and behold, hey, Triple Force Friday, they're like, hey, guess what? We got some figures for you. That may also be a possibility. So we'll just wait to see. Also, shout out to Entertainment Earth. They sent over some links. I'll put them down below. If you are still looking for that Dia de los Muertos Barbie that is available for pre-order through their site, so I'll definitely link it. A lot of people looking for this one, as is the Mezco Toys Magneto, the white Magneto that I just previously talked about. I'll put a link for him as well if you want to get them through Entertainment Earth. I highly recommend them. They're always on top of their game, and sometimes they ship things early. And then finally, we'll leave you with the big thing. I mean, the Luke Skywalker is great, but hey, now there's a Mandalorian. It's the Target exclusive Triple Force Friday Mandalorian. It's the carbonized Mandalorian. He's got a shiny little packaging. And shout out and a thank you to Uncaged Otaku on Instagram. They were nice enough. They found it in their Georgia Target. Now, they weren't able to buy it. You can't buy it. Target won the whole, like, hey, who's gonna put it out first? My money was on Walmart. So Target, I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of you that you did this. But, they weren't allowed to purchase it. However, the box looks very shiny, very reflective, carbonized. The figure itself may be a little bit different than the regular release. It's still the 94 number and all that. But the DPCI number 087161041, and he's ringing up at $25, so he's $5 more than the standard release Mandalorian, so he might be a little shiny. I think the shiny paint, something like that. But thank you for that. Yeah, these are the first pictures up and everything else. I know a lot of other Star Wars sites have said, this is coming out, but here's your first look at him. Targets, they're going to be putting these things out by next week. People are going to be flooding trying to grab them, so just FYI. And then finally, I'm going to leave you guys with this. I'm just wondering how everyone's Friday's going so far. Do you have any big plans for the weekend? Do you have any toys that you hope to find? I know there's a lot of great deals out there. Check your Walmarts and Targets and Walgreens and everything else. Amazon's got some stuff. Just if you're looking at those big ticket purchases, I would maybe hold off. Just word of advice. I know it's kind of hard when you got them in hand, but sometimes it works out better with a little patience. I've started doing that myself. I don't agree with it. I don't like it, but it has been working out, especially for those ones that, you kick yourself. You're like, oh my God, I paid how much for this? And now it's like $2. So just an FYI. Again, stay away from Area 51. Hope none of you are there. If you are, send pictures. But I hope you guys just have a great weekend. I hope you guys find everything that you're looking for. And I really very much appreciate you guys just kind of taking the time to watch this video, listen to this video. I always say, hey, you can just put me on in the car or something like that, driving around. You don't got to see pictures. You know what I'm talking about. Just if you do, make sure you're at a red light or something like that. If you need to stop and look at the screen. But as always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food. But most importantly, remember, it's been a long, long week. And I'm probably thinking it's going to be an even better weekend. We'll find out on Monday. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.